This is how to create and combine multiple types of charts in Excel to create a really nice looking dashboard. Let's say you have all of your data for calls. Let's select all of it and we're going to go up to Insert Pivot Table. I'm putting this on a new tab, so let's hit OK. We're going to summarize all of our data with this pivot table. So let's move call data down to rows and calls accepted under values because we want a total of those. Values is where you can do math. So now I'm going to highlight this and copy and paste. And for this one, let's do our team and total calls. Total calls is in values because we want the total number. I did Control C, Control V again to paste for our third one. And then let's go with name. And then let's getting a total of our sum, or let's do actually average of our call conversion rate. Make sure you pay attention to what that function is, average, sum, or count. And then I just formatted these numbers so that they're a little bit easier to read. Now let's add a title here. Let's call it Call Dashboard. I'm going to merge and center. There is no filtering or anything like that to do, so this is fine. Let's bold it, change colors to make it really stand out. We really want it to be ultra clear what we are looking at when someone opens this file. I'm going to uncheck the grid line so it's going to look more like a dashboard. Now I'm going to insert a couple columns here so there's a little bit of space because I'm going to put these charts right on top of our data. So let's hide those fields with a right click and then press delete when you hit the legend. Now let's go up to the top here and change it to one of the default styles. And then let's right click on this to format. We want to go down here and change the color. Let's go with a black and grayscale for this one. So when we right click here and we hit solid fill, we can change the colors here to black. This is where you can change a whole bunch of different things, text, color, whatever you wish. So let's resize this and move it roughly into place. Next, I'm still in the format window and let's choose the shape there and let's go with the 3D option. And now for this next one here, when we go up to the top, we're inserting a pivot chart. Let's go with a pie chart. We'll do a 3D one. Repeat the same steps where you right click and remove those fields. We can keep the title here. And for a pie chart, it probably makes sense to have the key here. So we'll keep that off to the right. And then now you can go in here again to the shape and choose the same bevel. So it's a little bit more of a 3D look. And then let's resize this down roughly to where we think we might need it. We can move that to be a little bit larger so that those two are aligned. And in the title here, you can override this. We want it to make sense. We don't want to just leave totals because that is not clear what you're looking at. So we're going to do accepted calls by date at the top and then total by team at the bottom. Then let's go up to tools again and insert another pivot chart. This time we're going to do the bar chart, so hit OK. Now this is going to be by rep, so we have several. So let's make this much more of a tall chart. This could be the entire height. And then we're going to right click and remove those fields. And then let's change the title again here. So just double click there and let's name it something logical. So we're going to say total calls by rep. Then let's change this again to the beveled option so that all three charts look the same. And we do need to pick the style again. And if you notice, it did take away your bevel because you picked a style. So let's go put that back in. And now I'm clicking on the bars and I'm going to turn those black and change the gap width down a little bit so that you can have wider bars. Makes it a little bit easier, especially if you have the data label showing to be able to see them. And then we're just kind of going to resize this in here. Now off to the background here, you can see all of the data. So I am going to just cover over that. You could copy and paste these charts to a new tab if you wish, but for me, for the video purpose, just for easy demonstration, I kept them right here. So now if you right click here and change the fill color of each of these, like I said, we went with a grayscale because we're going to do a colored background, but pick whatever colors make sense for you, but that's how you would change them. And then to change the background, all you do is click on these cells, highlight everything, and then pick the colors that make sense. All done.